What's going on, people? It's the Kitty G on EGTV, and we're back again with another video. Today, we're going to be talking about the Arsenal versus Tottenham preview. I got an astute panel for you. The question of the day, can Arsenal end Tottenham's unbeaten run at the Emirates? And who will win this North London derby? We're also going to do a combined 11 later in the show. Give us your own combined 11s in the comment section down below, and let us know what you guys think about this upcoming game. It's a massive, massive game. It's probably the biggest game this season so far, obviously, for both our clubs. So let's get straight into it. Today we got the guy Sam back in the house. Sam, how you doing?
What you saying, bro? Big weekend, big week. Them lot, and then Liverpool next week, bro. Big month.
There you go. Then you got my guy Kunle in the house. Kunle, how you feeling?
Oh yeah, now my people. It's your dark-skinned man from the motherland. If you didn't know before, tonight you go understand. Big up the panel, big up Arsenal, North London derby settings. Let's go.
You hear it?
Ready.
We got George in the house. George, what's going on? You're looking pixelated.
Hey, Nigel brought some energy, man. I'm gonna have to bring it. If you don't know, you get to know. JP or George. Yeah, man. Durag Diaries. People know where to find me, and I've got enough smoke. As I've been telling everyone, 2 barrels locked and loaded, ready for you, Arsenal fans. The smoke is here. Just let's go.
It's like that. Alan, what's going on?
What's going on? It's nothing much going on. Back to another North London derby preview show. Big up Spurs and fuck Arsenal. There you go. That's the way to start.
You got Jay. Jay, what's going on?
I'm good. I'm hearing a lot of hype, and that's the one thing we want from the biggest derby of the season. Right. So obviously we've got to bring the hype. Arsenal will bring the manure. We'll bring the heat. Do you know what I mean? It's all good.
No, we're not having that. We're not having that.
What's he saying?
We're not having that. Listen, we know what happens when Tottenham come to the Emirates. Anyways, today we're going to do a close-up effect. Forget about this further thing. We're going to do a close-up effect. Listen, everyone knows where to find everyone. Their names are right there. You can see Alan doing his best impression of what was it? Neil Warnock impression right there. But let's get straight into it, people. I need everyone in the comment section to let me know what's going on, where you're watching from, and everything else. But before we get any further, guys, how you guys doing? Is your goalkeeper going to be fit? What's going on?
Listen, even if he's not fit, the last time Fraser Forster stepped up against Arsenal, you know, we're happy because obviously you got a lefty too. It's nice to have a backup keeper that's left-footed. Stylistically, the passing and everything, it should be somewhat similar. We want our captain to be available, but you know, if he's not, I think Spurs. We know from when we beat you in the 3-0 and Romero was injured, the squad can step up in these moments. So we want Hugo fit, but if he's not, we ain't sweating it. We're not going to use that as an excuse as to why we may or may not pick up all 3 points.
Okay, are you speaking for everybody or somebody?
I speak for myself, boys. What do you think?
To be fair, I think he pretty much speaks for all 3 of us. If Forster comes in, what he done to you guys last time, 1-0 and kept you guys out, I've got all the confidence in the world in him. You know, for us, it's not an excuse if we have injuries or whatever else. It's the Arsenal rule book, isn't it? Oh, what's to blame this time? Injuries. What's to blame this time? Squad depth. What's to blame this time? VAR. What's to blame this time? Referees. It's the playbooks what you go for. We ain't got excuses. 2 decent keepers that will keep you out. Simple as.
Okay, so they're very confident. Jay, you also this confident. Injuries, you're not worried about nothing going into.
No,
Yeah, like these guys said it well. Fraser Forster's a very good man, very manager, a very good goalkeeper. He's a very good shot stopper. He's showed for Southampton over the past couple of years that he can be he can pull out an amazing performance every now and then where you just can't get past him. So I ain't gonna be too hung up against it. Of course, Lloris, our captain, we're gonna be missing him. It's gonna be a miss, but I don't think it will affect the game too much.
Okay, they're very confident. Doesn't matter what their injuries are going on. Now, I'm just going to make it clear. Reports are coming out that Arsenal have 5 major injuries going into this game. But guess what? One second. Just so you know, those reports have been nullified recently by other reports that are saying that Thomas Partey will be fit and available for this game. Kieran Tierney will be fit and available for this game. Zinchenko will be coming back from his 2-week hiatus to play in this game. We don't know if he's going to be starting or if he'll be a backup, but we'll see. Right? Who else? Odegaard's fully fit and back. He played with his national team and he's no longer injured. And who is the final person, guys, if I'm not mistaken?
Hey, Jay, why are you shaking, bro? Relax, bro. Relax.
Emil Smith-Rowe is still probably going to be injured. Elneny's still going to probably be injured. Cedric is still going to probably be injured. And Reece Nelson, nobody knows where he is, but he's not going to be a big part.
Why say Reece Nelson's name, man? Come on, man.
Listen, I'm just pointing out all the different names that have injuries. Okay, you guys aren't going to even mention Ben Davis's bone fracture, are you?
No, the reason why you're saying Reece Nelson and all that's because that's the limit of your squad depth. Let's be honest. That's the reason why you're bringing his name into it. No other reason for it.
I'm pretty sure Ben Davis is one of the first guys off the bench for centre backs. If you guys have an issue,
actually, to be fair, Ben Davies is one of the first names on the team sheet under Conte. So, and he's not been in there. So, and we're doing pretty well. So it shows what Arsenal have become.
Yeah, listen, I'm not
because obviously we haven't had any injuries and we're still top of the league. That makes sense.
Exactly.
Who said
that makes sense? No. We don't have any depth at all.
Congratulations, you played.
You're right.
You played exactly.
I think.
Ask me that on 3:00 on Saturday, bro.
Okay, I'll ask you now because you lost to Man United in a big test.
Listen, no. I'm going to interrupt here, right? If you look at the stats, right, the average position of the teams we played have been 11. Tottenham 15.
Okay, but what I'm going to say?
West Ham. No, you couldn't even beat West Ham.
I've seen
I'm sorry, but Sam, you can't write off West Ham. You can't write off West Ham.
That's what I'm saying. And that's our derby as well. Do you know what I mean? That's our derby.
Which derby is that, Jay? Don't gas. Which derby? What?
Nigel.
Your derby.
Come on, man.
How can you say West Ham is your derby, Jay?
I'm sorry, but listen, Tottenham, everybody wants to beef little old Tottenham.
Literally, Jay told him about it.
Nobody's beefing you.
We're Chelsea's biggest rival. We're West Ham's biggest rival.
Like, you're only Arsenal's biggest rival.
That's not true, Nigel. That's not true.
You're only Arsenal's. Chelsea's is Fulham. They're little.
Everybody in London, for some reason, hates Tottenham.
Wait, hold on. It's not even that. West Ham treats us like we're their Champions League final.
We don't really care about them, but it's a big thing for them.
They always step up. Losing to Spurs is horrendous for them. It's like you can't do it.
Do you not see that Lanzini last minute goal? They will fight to the death to take points.
Okay. So because of that was a big game. Yeah, is that what you're saying?
Listen,
big game with Man United.
Let's be real. Tottenham do have rivalries with all the other London clubs.
Yeah, good honesty.
We are the biggest rivals for all these other clubs, and it's not something again like you guys can keep Chelsea's biggest rival. Chelsea fans will tell you it is Tottenham. It is very clear. You can't say Fulham.
I gotta give you the trophy for that, man.
We can't. Let's do this.
Bare rivals, man.
Wait, guys, let's be real here. I don't even want to keep going on this, but Millwall and Fulham both play in the Championship. You can't be rivaled with a team that's not even in your league. We're in Chelsea.
They are in the league.
We are
in the league. Fulham are in the Premier League, no?
Fulham aren't Chelsea's rivals. They're not even like
Chelsea's rivals.
You're saying Tottenham is everybody's rival.
We're everybody's rival.
We're Arsenal's, we're West Ham's, we're Chelsea's.
We've got many rivals, bro. You just happen to be our local one.
We're local. Listen, it's fine. It's like it's your sign to get jealous of your more handsome younger brother. Do you know what I mean? And I get that from Arsenal. Je comprends.
Really?
I understand.
Our younger brother that doesn't win shit, doesn't get girls. Our younger brother that doesn't get girls. Oh, man. Our younger brother doesn't get girls. He's got no game. My younger brother's got no game. Gets no girls. Can't dress.
He was 14. 14, he used to get all the girls. He was
younger brother's wearing my hand-me-downs from last season.
We've got lots of money, bro. You got nothing. You ain't got a penny to your name. We got millions in that bank account. You ain't got one penny, bro.
Why do you keep
Nothing's in that bank account of Tottenham. Nothing.
Little bro's disappointing the family. Little bro disappointing the family.
Big brother hasn't left the country in a while. When's the last time he played Champions League?
Let's rein it back for a second. We've gone through the injuries. We've gone and established that Tottenham are rivals with a bunch of people. Realistically, Tottenham might be rivals with a bunch of people in London. We also have a rivalry with Chelsea. We also have a rivalry with Manchester United. So
You're right about that.
there's rivalries with other teams. It doesn't only have to be your local rivals. But when it comes down to derbies and local rivalries, let's be honest. There's one thing we can all agree on: the North London derby is the best derby out of all these other derbies. Because you can say the Manchester derby, this is that, has all the people in Manchester, but it's not really that. The Northern derby between Liverpool and Manchester United, it might have the most fans and the most commercial derby, this is that, but is it really as entertaining as watching the North London derby, guys? Let's be honest. Even though we might be a little biased because we're Arsenal fans, I genuinely believe this derby is the best derby in the Premier League. And it's probably the most fiercest derby that the Premier League has to offer. I don't know what you guys think.
Yeah, I'll say it's the best, but not the biggest. I think Arsenal West United is a bigger game than this. I think Manchester United Liverpool is a big game. Yes, it is. Arsenal Manchester United is bigger than Arsenal Tottenham. It's a bigger game, bro. I ain't disagreeing with it.
Hey.
Sam, the reason why you believe that is because you grew up at the age where it was Arsenal Man United. It's not that game anymore.
Sam, honestly, I'd love to agree with you, but the Spurs game, big man. My kids can't even play for Spurs, bro. It's deep like that.
Yeah, of course.
I can let my son.
Play for the superior football club, as in like technically they can't play for Spurs, or you mean like
the superior club with less trophies? Are you mad? Keep sipping your wine. Keep sipping that wine or whatever's in that class, bro. Because you're fine. Mad. The superior team who won less.
Minus Malbec.
The superior. Wait. Okay, Jay, I have a question for you. Have you seen in your lifetime since you've been born? Have you seen Spurs lift the Premier League trophy?
I have not.
Have you seen them even beat Arsenal twice in a season? So how can you be superior to me? Please sit down, I beg. Please,
okay, well, those questions seemed kind of loaded towards Arsenal. You know, I mean, I get where you're coming from. I'm sure I'll have some questions for you later.
Jay, go ahead, bro. What were you gonna say?
Just gonna say, like, all these stats you can bring up and all these little things, that arguments that you use to suit your narrative, you can keep doing them, but it's not going to change. The history is not going to change what's going to happen this weekend. It's not going to change what's happened this past 6 years. It's not going to change that we are a different club from what you keep comparing us to. What we once was.
But what have you done to give you that confidence?
Niger. What do you mean what we've done? Look, we've got a strong body of work under our manager. Our manager's shown how he can improve in such a short amount of time.
Tell him.
Arteta, what, 3 years in, and now we're starting to see the big project, and now we're starting to get the expectations. I'm sorry, there's a big difference between our clubs when our manager's been here for 6 months, and we already put the pressure on to say we want a trophy this season. Your manager's been there for how many years, and you're still saying we don't get top 4. It's all right, you know. Trust in the process. Like, I don't really get that. There's two different levels to this thing. We Tottenham fans, we hold our club to a certain standard of a big club. Arsenal fans don't. You hold yourself to a standard.
Let me respond. You want it? Okay.
I want this. If you look at every single Arsenal fan this season, they have said our expectations are clear. If we do not win a trophy this season, this is not a good season. We have set out a target. Kroenke can agree with me. We have to win Europa League, FA Cup, and be competitive in the league. So you can't hold us to standards this and that, right? We have the highest standards.
What's competitive in the league?
You're like a homeless man begging for a baguette, bro.
What is competitive in the league?
1 second. Is the question who has higher standards between Arsenal?
Oh, Spurs have higher standards than Arsenal. There's no question about it. There's no question that Spurs have higher standards than Arsenal.
Egal, look, this is what I'm trying to understand. I want you guys to help me understand.
Okay, so what do you want? Okay, what do you understand?
You got George just let us all know live on EGTV that you guys are a big club, right?
Yeah.
But if you're a big club, when you brag to Arsenal fans, you brag about finishing above us, not to win a league title, just to get into Europe.
Yeah,
you don't you don't even have a trophy in that period, but you're bragging. Big clubs don't brag about beating another team in the league position.
Listen,
they brag about winning shit.
Hold on, listen.
Like we've done. So you are not a big club yet.
Okay, like the thing is to me, right? Just so you know, like Spurs obviously have aspirations of trying to win the league, Champions League. Yeah, I'm not saying that we don't want to win FA Cups and League Cups. Of course, we're desperate for those, but that will not validate what Spurs are trying to build and what Spurs have built over the last 10 years. If Spurs win a Carabao Cup, you guys aren't going to suddenly turn around and be like, yeah, Spurs have done it. Spurs are winning.
No, but at least you'll be able to say you won a trophy. At least. But right now, we get on to you for not winning trophies. You can say, but we won a trophy. But you can't even say that to us.
No, but the whole point is you're entitled to say that. And you've got FA Cups and things like that. But in terms of Spurs finishing second in the league, Champions League runners-up, these are landmarks that Spurs have achieved more recently. We've achieved these landmarks more recently than Arsenal. So we've been closer to winning the top honours than Arsenal.
Is it the gold medal? Is it a gold medal?
Listen, we all want to win.
I can tell you.
We all want to win. And Spurs should have won more under some of the sides they've had. Spurs underperformed the sides they had in terms of
should have won more, bro.
When I think of
you're right.
Man said more like they won some.
One second. Let me just jump in here quick. I'm gonna go to the comments in a second, guys. I'm literally after this. I'm gonna come back to this comment in a second. But I just want to say, when we say standards, I view standards as similar to like what I view standards in real life. To obtain the highest level of service, the highest level of something. Yeah. Now, in order to have high standards, you want to achieve the highest measures and the highest things. Yeah. Let's be real. Arsenal's standards in the day was to continuously win major trophies and continuously compete. It's dropped off. Our standards have dropped off to top 4. Tottenham, our standards are top 4. Realistically, we have the same standards, but when it comes to ceiling, Arsenal have a higher ceiling because we have financial.
Egal, you know what? Egal, wait, let me tell you why the standards aren't the same. Because you can just see you can look at the way that we fire our managers. We don't get rid of managers so quickly and so ruthless.
It doesn't matter
when they're not doing good enough because we have a standard for our club. Arteta wouldn't have been at your club for so long if your club had standards. You know.
Guess what? That might be right, but in the same breath, Watford sack their manager every year. It doesn't mean they have standards. It just means they're a disorganized club, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And
also, come on,
I like that one. I like that one still.
You're using outlier to try and prove the norm. That's not.
But his point.
You're using extreme to justify something that's.
You guys know.
Hold on. In my life of watching football in the Premier League, I have never seen.
Never lifted one. I know.
No, we haven't. But let's stay on topic. I've seen a team finish eighth, and the manager did not get sacked. That to me illustrated that you had the standards of a club that wanted to build, as in where Spurs were when they hired Poch. When Spurs hired Poch, let me just finish your point. Yeah, when Spurs hired Poch versus when Arsenal appointed Arteta, you guys had similar aspirations. Yeah, Spurs aren't hiring Conte to try and finish top 4. Spurs are hiring Conte to try and win the league, to try and win major honours, and they're investing accordingly. I'm sure Arsenal have similar aspirations with Arteta, but Spurs are the ones who have to lay it on the table, and Conte is coming out and saying the players aren't good enough. To do what, Conte? To win the league. The players aren't good enough to compete for X. Your manager, he doesn't talk like that because your expectations are more flowery than Spurs.
Our expectations is to win the
in your own time. There's no timeline. There's no expectation. You just want, and that's my point. And I think deep down, you know, I'm right.
I'm going to make one point before you go, right? You said we finished 8th to 8th, right? Mikel Arteta, when he finished 8th place, he got to add context to this. What did he do within 20 games?
Okay.
What did he do within 20 games? Quickly tell me. Within 20 games, what did he win? He won silverware. Something that your past 7 managers couldn't even do. This guy did it in 20 games.
Absolutely.
Your managers, bro.
Wait, no, I need to. Obviously, Arsenal, you guys have gone to your trophy defense straight away. That's absolutely fine. But let me lay a couple of facts.
You're talking about standards. That's why, bro.
Let me educate you in regards to what happens in football. You have teams with cycles. So clubs who used to win trophies and everything like that, like Nottingham Forest and Aston Villa and all that, have fallen off massively, blah, 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 like European juggernauts back in the day. You go, you talk about like cycles in teams. So Man City are only there because they got bought out. They were never there to begin with. You're talking about cycles and everything like that. Before Arsene Wenger came into your club, we had more League Cups than you, more FA Cups than you, more European trophies, which we still have more than you, and League Cups we have more than you. You only beat us on Premier League trophies. That's when we say Spurs big club, you talk.
How many do you have, by the way?
Hold on, you talk historically, you talk everything like that. So you're putting your hands in your finger on that because all you came on about what you won recently. What in the last 25 years? Yeah, we have. Let me finish what I'm saying. I've let everyone go on for about 10 minutes. Let me finish. So you go on about in regards to trophy, what we've done recently. But when Spurs fans bring up what we're doing currently now in the league and we've finished above you 6 seasons in a row, that's when you start going, but what if you won and all that? You deflect when it means we talk about recency, you deflect away from your miscomings, but then you're more than happy to talk about now in the fact of not winning trophies. You flip flop between the arguments you want to bring to the table. It's embarrassing. Every single chance you get to bring out of why you're not higher than us in the league, you go, well, but we've won trophies. It's embarrassing.
Let me just stop everything there. You guys showed ambition in hiring Jose. You showed ambition in hiring Conte. You showed ambition in the short term, and you showed that you guys have a level of standards. Yes, by sacking your managers and bringing in other world-class managers. Yeah, I hear that. Right now, standards might be very similar in the sense that we're both fighting for the same things. In the sense we're fighting for top 4, and you guys might be in the Champions League, but at the end of the year,
why is One laughing? Why is he laughing? I want to.
He's going to explain why he's laughing in a bit. Just don't mind him. He's going to explain why he's laughing in a bit. I just feel like Arsenal have a higher ceiling. Because even at our lowest, we're still achieving trophies. We're still achieving things to put on the record books. Where Tottenham, even at their best, they haven't been able to achieve said things.
No, but that's not in regards to the topic.
Sorry, when you keep saying at our best, what best are we considering?
When you were at your best under.
Sorry, wait. You're talking about at our best during your lifetime. Again, like you guys can keep saying our best.
Bro,
Tottenham has a very rich history. We have I'm sorry, you guys keep trying to talk about your history, your past. I'm not funny. You won a league almost 20 years ago.
Oh, real history.
How old was? Sam.
Let him go.
You was born in the time that you saw your team last on the league. So you never.
Were you?
I was.
Were you? When your team last won the league, you were born.
It doesn't matter. Wait, it doesn't matter because the whole.
It does matter. Very much does.
Wait, Nigel, you're not getting my
point.
Goes
back to having to go back. It's
the whole point is that you guys can use your past, but when we want to use our past, it's a different thing.
You're time stamping how much time you want them to allow to look into the past.
A big club. We have the second most. Wait, Nigel. We've not won an FA Cup in 30 years. We still got the second most amount. Like this is a big
Man United.
All right, we got the third most. We got 8. They only got over us a couple years ago. So again, we haven't won one in 30 years.
Man United have 12
in 30 years. We haven't won one in 30 years.
That's the most amount.
We haven't won one in 30 years. We're still up there in these like Tottenham's a big club. We've done things, and stop acting like we haven't done these things. Yeah. You can keep talking about Pochettino as our best, most recent era, but that's not the best we've ever been. Stop talking about that era like this is your.
Wait, but George, can you talk about the best era that Spurs have ever had? Can you talk about it? No, because you never saw it. So what are you talking about? No, so what's going on here? I'm confused. I'm so lost. First of all, Alan came on talking about. Hold on. Let me land because I've been listening to all of you for a little bit, bro. Let me land.
Arsenal. Wait, before you were born, Arsenal were big in the 80s and all that, so you can't talk about that because you didn't see it.
Okay, great. But since I've been born, Arsenal have won more than Spurs. Correct? Before I was born, so Arsenal won more league titles than Spurs. What I wanted to say is, Arsene Wenger was our coach. Adam said Arsene Wenger. Talks about Arsene Wenger. He said Arsene Wenger was appointed our coach nearly 30 years ago, if not 30 years ago, right? And Alan actually said before Arsene Wenger was appointed, Spurs had more FA Cups than Arsenal. You're not even embarrassed to come up with that stat. That's 30 years ago.
Hold on.
That stat is 30 years old and you're not embarrassed. What's wrong with you, bro? 30 years old. What point did you prove there? What point did you prove with that point? I don't get it.
Wait. So football didn't start back then. So football only starts with the Premier League and when Arsenal came in.
No, but I don't understand what that point was for.
Okay,
embarrassed.
What was
Nigel.
that
So the
point?
reason his point was
Listen,
there is
I,
to show.
the way I see this
Look,
is like,
I tell you what,
listen,
if there was YouTube 30 years ago, maybe you could have come
you
on and
would have
started
been doing,
celebrating
you would
that,
have been
innit?
doing Bruce
But
Lee
YouTube
account.
is
That's
here
what you
now,
do.
brother.
Bruce Lee account. Bruce
YouTube is
Lee
here
account.
now, brother.
No, let me go.
And while it's here now,
I don't
we
like
can
this
talk
English
about
man.
the stats.
Bring me a random
I don't want to
Japanese accent.
hear none of this.
All right, we gotta end that
He's
segment.
embarrassing himself.
That segment's gotta go because you guys been moving way too mad. People are loving it. There's popcorn. Put your popcorn emojis in the
I
chat.
don't like this.
I see Mustafa, but what we're gonna do now is we're gonna shift it back to some talk, right? We're gonna actually have a conversation, right? Let's come back to football. 1 second. In the summer, the people were taking shift to a next level where they're now saying Tottenham are the more better opposition, the more better club for players to come to. That Tottenham are the better place to come to because we have Champions League football. All these other things, right? You guys don't then go out and have I would say a very good summer, but when it comes to quality that you brought in, you didn't go and sign that quality that you made it seem like you can go and obtain. You just went and got what you needed. Not making fun of them, but at the same time, that's what happened. So where do you guys stand now with this whole power shift thing? Because to me, there was never no power shift until you actually put icing on the cake and bring that silverware. But you haven't been able to do that. So where do you guys stand with this whole power shift thing? Everyone's been talking about a power shift since Pochettino's era.
Let me go first on this because Arsenal had a good window, and I think Arsenal now they've become more attractive. Like I will concede that Arsenal have become more attractive for players to go to because Arsenal seem to have a decent plan for a number of the players that they sign. They seem to be fitting in quite well. They seem to settle in. They seem to play good football. So I can concede that Arsenal have definitely gained ground in relation to that. I do also think that Arsenal, when they sign certain players, are guaranteeing them first team places. Whereas with Spurs, I think that the players come to like Zinchenko got first team place, Jesus first team place. Now I'm not knocking that. I'm merely saying there's other players at Spurs like your Spencers, like your Bazumas, who would improve the Arsenal squad. Where the Arsenal fans want to say no because obviously Spence is a different kind of right back to what you've got. You know, you got Tomiyasu, you got White. They're kind of similar. He's better than Cedric. I would have thought that Arsenal would have been in for Spence. But Spence goes to Spurs and he says, I'm going to fight my way into the team. I know Conte doesn't love me. I know Conte doesn't necessarily think I'm ready, but I can prove that I'm ready. I think you're being a bit unfair in terms of Spurs' window because you look at the likes of your Perisic's, your Richarlison's, your Bazumas. I think we look at it more negatively because Spurs don't have as many people starting straight away. So because these players aren't straight away, but I saw Bazuma come on against Leicester and I was like, okay, that's the Bazuma I saw at Brighton. Do you know what I mean? That's the player that I didn't see when we played West Ham. So in terms of your question, I think that Arsenal have become more attractive in terms of a side to go to. But I think Spurs have Champions League football. And I think if Spurs are going for you as a player and Spurs are going for you with all their might, I still think we're probably a slightly more attractive proposition, unless maybe you're Brazilian.
I'm gonna come to the Arsenal guys about something different in a second, but J4 I'm talking about here. In the summer, you were the guy championing Tottenham being a more better proposition to go to than not only Arsenal but Chelsea and Manchester United. We witnessed this summer Manchester United spend 280 million and get the likes of last summer get Rafael Varane, this summer get Casemiro and Anthony and these guys. We've seen Chelsea get Fofana, Koulibaly. We see Arsenal grabbing Jesus from Manchester City and Tottenham just getting Richarlison. So when you're looking at all that, are you saying to yourself, you guys took advantage of that power that you said you had?
Yeah and no.
Or would you say it's quite underwhelming?
No, it's definitely not underwhelming. There was definitely more I expected. As the window went on, you would have heard me say that I wanted more done. I expected more of our team, and I wanted us to show just that little bit more ambition to compete with the likes of Man City. Well, I would say Liverpool, and Chelsea, but I think I expected a bit too much of Liverpool and Chelsea, and we've seen that they're probably falling off a bit more. So we're still in there, but we made big signings. We showed our ambition, and we showed that we are still one of the most attractive propositions. I mean, in the Premier League, apart from Man City and maybe Liverpool, the other teams you're going to look at are Tottenham, Chelsea, and Arsenal. And I mean, for me, Tottenham's the most attractive proposition right now. You've got the bigger manager, you've got the better players to come to, and we've shown with people always talk about Tottenham went in for Gabby Jesus and all this. Richarlison come out and said Chelsea and Arsenal wanted me too. I mean, all these little inquiries that people were trying to run with in the summer, that Tottenham wanted this player, Tottenham wanted that player, they didn't want him. Arsenal wanted this player, Arsenal wanted that player, and they didn't go to you guys either. So for me, we made the right signings. We made signings that were for us. Some of them were shrewd and some of them no one wanted, but it's the players that we needed. So whether we're attractive or not, we got the right signings. We've got the players that Conte needed, and we can only trust in those to go out there and do the business for us.
And finally, before I go to the Arsenal boys, Alan.
Yeah.
Where does this power shift lead? Or are you worried that Arsenal have caught up to you again and we're about to overtake you again?
Well, why would I be worried that Arsenal caught up to us? You're top. When does the table finish? It finishes in May, and you'll still be below us. So I ain't worried about you catching up to us. You're doing something very cute. Arsenal fans picking up your Project Youth, but you're doing it following the project of Pochettino at Spurs. That's what happened there. It was a way of like making your Arsenal fans go, "Oh, we're doing something new and interesting." You're not. This transfer window, in regards to Spurs, for me, it's the first time I've seen Spurs going with a clear plan of who they wanted, what they wanted to identify in making the squad better, because we had very different windows. You were bringing in quality to upgrade your first team. We were coming in with to make a better squad, and if one or two get into the team, they get into the team. So Perisic is in an improvement. Richarlison is not in the first team, but he's pushed his way in, and obviously he's creating competition, which you've seen people like Kane score more in August than he has. Son obviously has been out of it, but he's come back into it. Kulusevski always plays well. Competition from places. Play people like Basuma. Conte has said when he understands what he wants tactically, he's going to be in the team. It's making Højbjerg play out of his skin. Bentancur play better. So it's creating competition, which we never had last season, because Conte looked at our bench last season and was like, I can't bring anyone on. So pretty much he went with most of the time playing the 11 that he wanted to, unless there was injuries that forced his hand, and we got top four. So for me, that's showing that we've got a good first 11. Now we've got a good squad. Is it perfect? No. Did I want more like Jules? Yep. We wanted a player like Bastonian, and I think we want to create a midfield. That didn't happen. Will it happen in January? No. For me, this is the first time I can say, as best they can, because you can't get everyone you want in the transfer window. You give the manager the tools to do the job. So it looks like we have now finally got a manager with the team to be able to do the job, not worry about like being 2 or 3 players short, and then having to panic buy at the end and then go again in January. Seems like we've got the business done that we needed to do now, and we're looking to next season. And obviously, we've got Destiny Udoji coming from Udinese next season. So there's a project there, because apparently, like I said last night on my stream, Arsenal fans were touting this as well as other things. Oh, it's going to be a retirement home when Conte comes in, Perisic and Forster. That's it. Apart from that, all of them have been 25 and below or 26 and below. That's not old. So again, another fake thing for fans to come at Spurs for, and it's not happened. Spurs are going to be up. They're challenging for this season. I will stick to the same thing. Spurs, at least third, and a trophy. Otherwise, for me, on pitch with the team and the manager in place, it's a failure. That's the standard of my team.
And we're gonna end this segment of that. We're gonna go. I'm just gonna ask the Arsenal boys a quick question. Then we're gonna go straight into to the North London derby comparison between the two teams and do our combined 11s. But guys, I don't know if you guys know, but Arsenal just came out with some. There was a report that came out this morning from a journalist. His name is Eden Aarons. He works for the Guardian. He reported that Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, all their owners are looking at a multiple club network where they're going to be purchasing.
What?
Yes, where they're going to be purchasing a club outside of the Premier League to basically increase their profile of clubs, where they can then work with those clubs to use as development fee or / feeder clubs, where they can now sign Portuguese players or Brazilian players and work their way around the visa situation and Brexit rules. So with that being said, in Arsenal and in the Kroenkes now also being one of those clubs looking to buy a club directly from either Belgium, Portugal, or Brazil. You guys tell me, what do you guys think is this not a difference maker for us?
Egal, didn't you say earlier that Watford owners do this? So what does it mean? The Watford owners own multiple clubs too. Like, it doesn't really mean much as long as the scouting's good enough. Like, let's be honest, there's only a few clubs out there that actually own a few clubs, and it's actually working out for them. Man City being one of them, and probably
I swear he said Arsenal fans, George. I swear he said Arsenal fans.
I was asking about Arsenal
fans. He said Arsenal fans.
I'm sorry, but I just needed to jump in because again, Egal, he had enough smoke for us, but when it's Arsenal and they're doing something that sounds all right and it's not all right, well, go on.
Wait, what's not right about it?
I'll give you a moment to shine.
Nah, bro, I'm just asking you.
What's not right about a what do you call it? A multiple club network. What's not right about that?
It seems like Egal, what are you doing? No, Egal, what are you doing, bro? Why are you asking this George guy any questions? You asked the Arsenal man them a question.
Okay,
so
go ahead. Go ahead, my guy.
Forget George, bro. Yeah, so I'm saying. What are you saying, look, because this is great news, no? To be honest, it's neither here nor there, mate. To be honest, I'd rather they invest more money into signing more players. It's good, I guess. If it's a team that we can send loan players to and find our ways around Brexit, I guess it could be beneficial, but. It's nothing big to me, man. I say invest a couple $100 million more into the squad, personally. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Comment from Dizzy.
Okay. What about yourself, Sam?
When he's growing up, when an academy thing.
Nah, continue.
We're hair shaking now. Hey, leave Sam alone. Where's my hat?
Nah, Sam, come on, man. Spit it out.
It's a great thing that we invest in academy players. All right? It's a great thing. But we should invest that in the squad. Right?
Why are you so agitated? It's like fucking going crazy. Anyways, let's go. Let's do this thing now. Basically, I'm going to get my pen and paper, and we're going to go through each position, and then we'll do the combined 11 at the end. But so goalkeeper, we have Ramsdale, we have Ben White. I expect you guys to make your case for your guys.
Hold on. Are we playing? Are we playing 4-2-3-1? Are we playing 3-5-2?
No. Did I say Ramsdale and Ben White? I meant Ramsdale and Maurice. My bad.
Maurice.
So we're gonna start with goalkeeper. This is the combined 11 portion of the show.
Hey, Tottenham fans.
Everyone in the chat, as you guys know. You guys can mess up the thing as it always gets messed up by the chat. All you have to do is super chat. If you super chat, it will override our decision. But of course, we will just wait until the end, and then we'll make the adjustments at the end. I'll have them all written down. Okay. So yeah, don't forget to super chat because it definitely does help the channel. But of course, we always appreciate a like and a subscribe over anything else at the beginning. So please do like the show and please do subscribe. If you guys haven't already done that, take a second to do that right now. But yo, George, why are you laughing, man?
I can't lie. I'm just laughing at Dizzy's comments. This guy's killing me.
Yeah, he's killing me.
Comment section is lit right now.
I'm wearing a hat now because of Dizzy. I've had enough. I've had enough.
Yo, you need to get Dizzy on a show, man. This guy talks so much trash.
He's a trash talker, bro. He's a trash talker and a hair shamer, and I've had enough.
He's had enough. Okay, let's go straight into it. North London Derby. What we saying? Arsenal, Tottenham. How are we doing this?
Okay. Can we vote on the formation, please?
I think the formation has to be 4-3-3.
Why does it have to be? Fuck off.
Always use the combined 11. I want to see the back with combined 11, by the way, ever in my life. So
I just think the way that the fairest thing possible is default.
Default. Why is it your default? Let's default.
No, listen,
the Champions League.
When it comes to football, the default formation is 4-3-3. Am I wrong, guys?
You are wrong. Yes, you are wrong.
What is it?
What is the default formation?
I'm not the one out here trying to say this default formation, am I?
What formation do Arsenal play?
4-3-3.
Oh, that's the reason why.
4-4-2.
No. What formation?
Sometimes 4-2-3-1. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, listen. Sometimes we're playing. What do you call it? 5-3-2 when Rob Holding comes on.
Nah, because the thing is, if we play 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3, you're automatically going to get a left back pick because
we definitely ain't playing 5 at the back.
Yeah, because Perisic is a wing back.
No, but Perisic.
We're going to
Perisic
see the
ain't
whole
getting
thing
into
because
this.
of Perisic.
I'm still put
Perisic
Perisic.
ain't getting into this team. So why are we?
Why? Why
are you talking
about this
about
weekend when Kulusevski makes Zinchenko do the Macarena? Then you will know.
Okay, let me Macarena. What? Anyway, let's go straight into it, boys and girls. Right now, it's gonna be straight. Ramsdale, Lloris. What are we saying?
Lloris.
Ramsdale.
I don't think I can't see how you've watched football in the last year. You'd rather have Ramsdale over. I think Lloris is.
I would rather have Ramsdale.
Well, but we know about your misgivings.
I'm missing your point. If you watch in the past year, you'd rather want Ramsdale.
Oh my God, he passes the ball into midfield. Big whoop. He's also a hologram 50% of the time.
I haven't seen Lloris do that, bro. Lloris can't do that shit.
Listen, Ramsdale has one of the worst save percentages, no? Isn't that stat going around?
And also, the thing is, the theatrics.
Show me the stat, Jay. Show me the stat.
That stat doesn't make sense because
it doesn't make sense because it goes against Ramsdale. It was a Lloris stat.
Let me explain something to you. If you don't face a lot of shots because your whole game is your whole team's defensive game is presented on you not facing a lot of shots. And when you face high percentage chances are your only goals you're conceding. Because look, we scored 3, we conceded 3 versus Manchester United. Let's be honest. How many of those goals were basically unsavable because they walked about?
First of all, the Anthony goal just shows how your keeper is incompetent.
How was it Ramsdale's fault for the Anthony goal?
Covers the near post. Why would you cover the near post? He's going there. You know.
So Lloris saves that, yeah. Lloris saves
Hugo makes it a lot harder. Yeah, bro.
Does he save it? Does he save it? Man said he makes it a lot harder. Yeah, criminal. Yeah, 419. Man said he makes it harder. He doesn't save it though. He doesn't save it.
He does.
Okay. First things first. Are we doing this on form? Or are we doing this based on?
It doesn't matter either way you want to do it. Lloris
goes in. Season, 6 of our players or 7 of our players getting the team there.
This season. That means
the national team captain is benching Ramsdale in this. Just put Hugo in and let's move on. What is all of this?
Egal, I'm not gonna lie. Egal, I'm not gonna lie.
Ramsdale dived the wrong way.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't mind giving them this one. I don't mind.
Thank you.
Very quickly, this is the mentality we come with because Sam has literally just said, "Oh, we're top of the league, so it's 6 or 7 Arsenal players," and you do realise that your team can be top and not everyone perform. You do realise that.
Okay. Sam, don't bite. Sam, don't.
We're top of the league. Then you'd have
give them round. Well done, Lloris goalkeeper. Cool. No problem. Right back. What we say? Right back now.
There's no debate. It's Ben White.
All right, let's move
on.
There's
no debate.
Are you bringing Emerson Royale?
Jay, I was nice. I gave you.
No, that's the.
And you want to fight me over?
I don't know you.
You want Emerson Royale?
Chicken Royale versus Ben White.
Aesthetically pleasing on the eye, but he is quite effective, and he might be better as a right back than a right wing back. Do you know what I mean?
Jay,
I don't know what's in that wine, bro. I don't know what's in there. But it's mad.
I want some. Send some of that wine to Nigeria.
Let's top up.
Please,
as I was saying,
why no, let him go. Why has Emerson Royale getting this team? Why does Emerson Royale getting this team over Ben White?
Emerson Royale is a good right back. He's just not a great right wing back.
Bye.
He's not a great right wing back. That's it.
Bye. Good night, people. Good night.
Goodbye.
Man said Emerson Royale is a good right back.
He is a good right back.
With a straight face, you said.
Let Alan go.
Easy. I'm not going to die on this Emerson Royale. I'm on this hill. I'm saying that Ben White gets in because Emerson Royale.
Yeah, listen. I don't think Emerson is good. But I just don't think Ben White is great. But
he's better than Emerson.
Do we have any more right backs?
But he's better than Emerson. That's what it matters. Let's move on.
Okay, fair enough. Well, I'll give him White. Are you going White over Tomiyasu?
Wait, with this position, this is Ben White's a bad bunch. Let's put it that way. He's not great.
I'm personally thinking, why is Tomiyasu not playing then?
Because he's not been playing this season. That's why he's not been playing this season.
All right, fair enough. All right, Ben White then. All right,
and even though Ben White is not a right back, he has been playing there for 7 games, and he's not.
Okay, let's see him against Son. Let's see him against Sonny this weekend, then.
We've seen him against Son at the Emirates.
What do you mean? Let's see him against Sonny this weekend. 5 goals.
Have we not?
Have
we not seen Ben White against Son at the Emirates last year?
What happened
Nuno tax. Why are you not adding Nuno?
Okay. Oh wait, Egal. Maybe someone's forgetting. But Son scored that game.
Bro, it didn't matter.
What happened at our ground?
What happened? No, Egal, wait. What happened at your ground was Ben White was injured. He didn't play.
No. In regards to your team, you got slapped.
But we're talking about Ben White, so that's got nothing to do with it.
Can we just keep
talking about Ben White? We're talking about Ben White. So that game's got nothing to do with it.
Yeah. What about Ben White versus Rashford? What happened there, eh?
Are you a Man U fan? Are you a Man U fan?
First of all,
I'm Manchester United enthusiast whenever Arsenal lose.
Better from you. I expect better from you.
I'm sorry, Egal. I'm sorry.
As a football fan, I expect better from you.
I'm sorry, Egal. I'm sorry. I'm leaning into a gender a little bit. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
That line, bro. Play that line, please, bro.
Let's just keep it shifted quickly to centre backs, because I think a lot of people in the chat agree with us with
the centre backs are the easiest one.
Yeah, centre backs are easy.
Romero and Saliba.
It's just Romero and Saliba.
Let's move on.
And also, this one's easy. Zinchenko, Tierney, whichever one you want to put there.
Guys, we got a late addition. The Irish Tottenham fan in the house. How you doing, bro?
All good. Thanks for having me. I've come into a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
I love the Egal. Egal is 4 against 3.
Oh shit, we look like the fucking Brady bunch now, don't we?
You know what? It is.
Hey, why are you putting poor Sam next to a Tottenham fan? Sorry, Sam. Bro.
You know what's gonna happen? Someone's gonna have to share their votes. It's not gonna work.
No, we're not sharing any votes.
Anyway,
I think we've got voters' rights now. We've got the bias in our favor. Perfect.
We can kick one out, Egal, if you want.
No, we've got the chat. We've got the chat Arsenal fans, so that balances it out.
Romero
only goes to the chats if
Christian Romero and Saliba are in, okay? Christian Romero, Saliba, Ben White, and Lloris. So now we're going to go left. Now it's going to go left back. You have 2 choices: Perisic or Zinchenko.
I'd rather have Perisic than Zinchenko.
In the 4.
In a 4.
You've mentioned stats quite a lot so far. Talking about goal contributions and all these types of things.
When?
I mean,
when did he mention that? When did he mention that?
During
this
time. Me and Egal have done a few streams this week.
Well, we're on this stream. We're on this stream.
I can still reference us to what he's saying.
I don't know. I know nothing about this.
Okay.
I've also said you watch football through a calculator. Tweets come out. So
wow.
So what is it? Anyways, Jay's got a bunch of stuff going on. Let's go to the Irish Tottenham Spurs. How you doing?
All good, my man. Thanks very much for having me. It's got to be Perisic all day long. I mean, the guy's absolutely world class. He's got more assists than Zinchenko this season. Provides more going forward. It's just not even a debate. To be honest with you, I thought I was coming into a comedy show when you asked whether it was Perisic.
No, look, I'm gonna be devil's advocate here, right? Why would he play Ivan Perisic in a back four? Back four.
He ain't good in a back 4. Are we gonna be that nitpicky?
I mean,
the reason we're not going to talk about formation because
give him Perisic. You get Perisic in the team then.
Nah, we're not agreeing nothing.
I'm happy.
First of all, I've got a soft spot for the Irish, so I'll let that one slide.
Listen.
As you said, world class.
But if we're going, Perisic is getting benched in your team. So how is he starting here, bro?
No, listen. All day long. My logic is.
Hold
on.
See, you wouldn't understand. You wouldn't
all day long, bro. The Irish husband. You said he provides more good. You said he provides more going forward. That's not
I've got a theory here, though. But listen, look at the team, yeah? If Perisic plays left back, yeah, you've got White, Romero, Saliba, who can form a 3 that can then allow him to bomb forward. from left back. So it actually makes sense to play Perisic at left back based on the players that you picked at right back. So if you pick someone like,
just give him this.
Yes.
No. I gave them Lloris. Now you want me to
I
give
didn't give him Lloris.
Perisic.
I said no.
It's quite clear with that comment.
I could put Zinchenko or Tierney for.
Perisic is better than
Zinchenko. He's never fit.
1 second.
You know what it is? You know what it is, Kunle? When we beat them, don't worry about it.
But it's very clear. It's very clear with that comment about Perisic. You actually don't know. Perisic only started on the bench because he was still recovering from a knock from pre-season. Since he's recovered and feeling like that, he's been starting. He's been getting the assists and he's been putting in great.
So he's started every game now.
Since he's come in, rotation. We've got Champions League. You've rotated your team out for the Europa League, have you not? There you go. It's called rotations. So when he's been starting,
so he started every Premier League game, yeah.
Since he came back from injury, yes.
Apart from
have
Perisic. That's the thing. Well, have you played every game? Rotation. You made yourself look embarrassing again.
I've not embarrassed anything. We've not rotated any Premier League games. We've not rotated any players. No Premier League games have we rotated.
You've rotated some players.
In not one Premier League game we have. One Premier League game, yeah.
Let's move on to midfield.
I'm not gonna lie. Midfield is very simple for me. I'm going because Thomas Partey has only played 4 games this season.
Okay.
I'm going Højbjerg, I'm going Xhaka, and I'm going Partey. I'm going Xhaka and I'm going Odegaard. So I'm going Odegaard, Xhaka, and Højbjerg. That's my midfield 3. But
you know what? I'm not.
Is that your boy?
I think Xhaka's actually Xhaka's been pretty impressive this season. I can't lie. I think he's been good.
Tottenham. Why we take a Tottenham shit?
I like Bentancur a lot. I think Xhaka's been a little bit more consistent than Bentancur this season. To be fair, to be truly fair, and I could Højbjerg, Xhaka central midfield too. I could live with that.
With Martin Odegaard at the top.
No, I can't. Bentancur has to come in. Bentancur has to come in. The guy's an absolute.
For who?
Oh, Xhaka's way over. Your centre midfield is your weakest spot at Arsenal. It's your weakest spot.
This season it hasn't.
Bentancur is the most average central midfielder ever, bro. Average.
No,
Bentancur is average, bro. Average.
Nah, he's an absolute baller. See, I wouldn't expect you to know what ballers are right now, playing on Thursday nights. I wouldn't expect you to know what a baller looks like. But Bentancur is an absolute baller. Honestly, the passes that guy plays is unbelievable. I'm sorry. Look, I'll settle for the cheap cleaning product in Odegaard, but I do want Bentancur and Pierre-Emile Salzburg in there.
The clean what?
The cheap cleaning product, Odegaard. Sounds like a deodorant or something.
Hey, obviously the Irish Hotspurs come here on banter because I know at my club I've seen more exceptional players at my club than you've ever seen at Spurs. So let's not talk about seeing quality players.
It's everything a big measuring contest to you. Come on, man. Can't you just
So when he says it, it's nothing. But when I say
Chill. Let me just say this. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. So is everyone here agreeing on Højbjerg and Martin Odegaard, and we can just argue over Bentancur and Xhaka. Okay.
Yeah.
So my thing for Xhaka is Xhaka this season has been outstanding. I would not only say he goes in an Arsenal combined 11, I would say he would go in a Premier League combined 11 at this moment in time.
I think he's been excellent.
That's fact.
Xhaka's been very good this season, man.
Yeah, Jay, thank you. Another thing we're not speaking about, he has not been playing in the position that we originally thought he was playing in when he first came in. He's no longer a 6. He's now an 8. He's been a marauding 8. He's been adding goals and assists to his game. Not only is he been adding goals and assists to his game, he's been having man of the match performances week in, week out. Even in losses, he's one of the only people you can say is a standout performance in that game. And we've only had one loss this season, by the way. We've won everything.
I don't know what it feels like to lose this season. Don't know about you guys. I don't know what it feels like to lose this season.
Hey, but you know how it feels like to drop points. That's the reality.
And so do you.
Not as many as you, though. Not as many as you.
Okay.
Got a reflex.
Listen.
Lost.
Forget about this whole thick measuring thing, as Jay said earlier. Let's get back to reality.
It's always going to happen with Tottenham and Arsenal. Let's be honest, man.
What's that noise?
Let me okay, God.
No,
but Egal, I don't even mention number 34's name.
Finally, before we do this whole Xhaka Bentancur thing again, what has Bentancur done? I want to hear from the Tottenham fans.
He's had you know what? He's had a bit of a stop-start season. He's had good games. He's not been perfect in every game. Like I said, you know, like I've seen a lot of Arsenal this season.
Has he played every game?
But I think he's just won through injury. But other than that, I'm pretty sure he's a starter in every game. West Ham away, I think, is the game he missed. And he's been good. He's been good, but Xhaka's been very good. So, you know, I've got no issues. He's been a little sloppy, Bentancur, at times. Xhaka, when I've seen him, has been quite precise. It seems like he's doing well in the 8. Like I think personally, I wouldn't argue this one too much as a Spurs fan. I think Xhaka has been impressive. I think he probably deserves his spot in a combined team, to be fair.
Okay. There's not really much arguing, guys. Let's just wait. Let's save the arguing for the front 3 because they're going to want all Tottenham. What are you saying, Alan?
For me, I know obviously he's having a decent season so far. Granit Xhaka, it's about time he had a decent 7 games for Arsenal, like consistently, because he's not done that in the season
for 3 years now.
He's been very inconsistent and very reckless for Arsenal. He's been a liability, but so far this season he hasn't. And for me, that's why I'm not going to fight him going to the team. You know, I'll give him his 7 good play. You know, 7 good games, and we'll see.
You know, we got 2 Tottenham fans already given the okay. So
we can move on from this.
Wait, I want to see Irish Hospital give Xhaka praise before we move on.
He's not going to do it.
I'll praise him when he gets sent off at the weekend.
He's very witty. I like it. Anyways, let's move on to J4 and Harry Kane versus Jesus. What are you saying, guys?
What do you mean? What do you mean? What we're
Wait.
saying? Why are you even you're disrespecting him by asking him that question. That's disrespectful. You know? I wouldn't stand for you, George. I wouldn't stand for that, George. I wouldn't stand for that.
No, don't even ask those questions. Let's move on to the left wing, man. We know who's sitting in that striker position, and to even debate it is disrespectful.
It's more embarrassing if you guys weird, to be honest.
The only thing that you guys can say is Jesus.
Now, do you know what? You can give Harry Kane's got to be in this team, innit? Like, let's not debate this.
And Son has to be in this team. So put Son's has to be.
I'm not in this team. Son's not in this team, bro.
Son is not flipping this team.
You can't just perform. You can't just perform for 1 game this season and expect to start.
You're funny. You guys are. You're gonna put Martinelli in this team.
Let me make this up. Let me talk about Son.
You're gonna fight
put Martinelli, or we can put Jesus on the left.
Wait, Nigel. So let's look at it this way.
One.
Let's look at it this way. Yeah, when you're doing a combined 11, you're talking about if a manager had these players, who he's gonna choose based on the form.
Wait, hold on, George. I swear this. Hold on, real quick. I swear this channel is called EGTV, right? EGTV, right? So, Egal, you tell us the dynamics of the 11. Is it all these things that George is saying, or is it who's been on this season? Tell us. You tell us, because it's your channel. You tell us.
George,
George
trying to put words in your mouth.
One second. I don't know, Jay. I don't know if you went to go get tea or something, but I think you're off screen when we were.
Thank you. Remind him.
All we said was we're gonna go based off this season.
I did say that. I did say form, and that's literally what I said. I said form. I don't know why.
Form, Jesus isn't getting this team.
I literally said. Wait. You let me make my argument. So if we're based off of form, I said if you're going to choose.
If you just said form, I would have stopped, bro.
Nigel,
you didn't just say.
I did say form because I said if you choose a manager had these players based on their current form, who they're going to choose. Okay. Current form is Heung-min Son scored a hat-trick in his last game. You don't drop a guy that scored a hat-trick.
Got him!
What are you on about? Going into this game, you're going to play the player that's in the most form, which is Heung-min Son. A hat-trick in his last 25 minutes of football.
I'm going to go.
His left, scored in his right, and he finished
I want it. So what? Okay, no. Wait, on form, right? As of right now, you're not going to put Gabriel Jesus in this team. Because he has been one of the best players in the Premier League this season.
I don't care, bro. On form, tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put the reigning Golden Boot winner in
possibly in the whole of Europe. He's been top 10 player in Europe this season.
Golden Boot and reigning Golden Boot holder in the Premier League. I'm going to put him.
That was last season. That was last season.
No,
I'm talking about current form. Current form is this season.
One second. We're going to go to Alan. We're going to go to Alan. Alan, before we go to you, people in the chat, let us know, end this debate once and for all. Is it
Son, you want me to listen to a random guy in the chat?
Is it Martinelli? Right. Alan, go ahead.
Sam, there's no way Gabriel Jesus, however good he's played, is getting in his team because Harry Kane's been better and he can't even get into the Brazil team because our backup is keeping him out. So he's not.
Cheers to that. Chin chin. You know what I mean? Cheers. Oh, wow. Oh.
Can I respond? Can I respond?
That puts an end to the debate.
No, it doesn't put end to no debate. Really does. It depends on no debate. Look, 7 games have happened this season, and form is over a 7-game period, not 1 game. And so I can either put Martinelli or Jesus on the left. Either one. Either one gets in over Son. Either one gets in over Son. Either one.
So, in my opinion, it's not even a debate at this point. Why are you arguing about this guy who had a hat trick in his last game? It's about the fact that he hasn't performed until the last game.
One game. He's only performed well for 1 game.
And if you want to put, and if you're going to put Richarlison versus Martinelli, you guys are judging Richarlison on his whole season's performance. We're literally just talking about the Premier League. We're only talking about the Premier League.
Oh, you're really loading this because you can see what happens when you go to Brazil and your boys can't even make the plane, you know. Can't even
Jay, we'll see who's at Qatar. We'll see who's at Qatar. We'll see who's at Qatar.
We'll see who's at Qatar. Because I don't know if you know this. I don't know if you know this, but our current tactical director used to be the former Brazil head of football.
Oh my God! It's not like
he made his calls,
and he still doesn't choose Jesus. Bloody hell, bro! That shows how bad the guy is.
He told them, "We need this guy for October and November before he's going to the World Cup."
Can I just quickly say something? The level you Arsenal fans are going to. So Jesus was supposed to be the game changer for Arsenal. You're all number 9. You won't get in ahead of Harry Kane, so you're trying to spoon him out to the left. This is what happened.
No one did that.
This is playing as a number 9.
Nobody did that.
Compare him as a number 9.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody did that.
No, wait.
So no one's agreed
for he's used to go in the front 3, not a striker. I said they should go in at right wing.
No one's agreed on anything on the left. That's even.
Jesus cannot be. We've got Son, Richarlison, and Martinelli to debate who plays on the left.
Martinelli.
Martinelli. Bro, listen, Martinelli's not.
Martinelli, bro.
Martinelli's not playing in this side.
3 goals, 4 assists this season.
Martinelli's not playing in this side, bro. Let's be honest here.
3 goals, 4 assists, bro. Allow it.
No, Son's playing in this side, bro. There's no one like you can't.
Son can't have 1 game and he gets into the side, bro. You can't do that. Martinelli's been consistent all season, Jay. Don't do that. Don't do that.
No rational person is picking Martinelli over Son. Let's be honest.
If it's off form, then they are.
Are you a rational person?
Bro, my man loves talking about hairline.
Okay, then. Well, we have our answer. Son it is. Let's go.
Bro, the answer is not Son. It's just the fact that you guys.
What's the answer? Martinelli's the answer. I want to hear the question because I know it's not what I think it is.
The question is who. It's settled.
It's not, there's absolutely no way,
Super chat. Big up the super chat in the building.
No way.
You're championing the super chat from an Arsenal fan. No, Gab.
How do you know who he supports? His name is M. Alan. You don't know who.
I know who his name is because he's in my chat all the time as well. And even he put.
They want Saka to play too.
No. He put. Now that we've ended this Martinelli.
We haven't ended. Fuck off.
Yeah, we have. Martinelli's in. Move on, Egal. Martinelli.
Unfortunately.
Nah, bro. You can't. What's the point? We don't live in Charmin Maze State. What is this totalitarian regime? What happened to my voice? What happened to the
easy TV?
It's a mute, bro. It's mute here.
I'm not gonna lie. This got so chaotic we couldn't go to every single person. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to every single person when it gets to the end. But for now, let's just finish off the right-hand side. The right-hand side, but between Kulusevski and Saka, guys.
Why can't Richarlison play there?
All day, Saka all day.
Kulusevski.
Saka.
You guys want to put Richarlison anywhere.
Bro, you know when you post this team on the socials, people are gonna laugh because you say Kulu, Martinelli, and Kane, and people are gonna be looking at the team like, what's wrong with these motherfuckers?
Right. If it's on form, then it's got to be Saka.
Yeah, Saka's got the
Okay,
second
so
most
this
assists.
is what I don't like.
If it's on form, it's got to be Saka, bro.
I don't like when we have these arguments and Arsenal fans just be disingenuous. Like,
Yeah.
we all know, we all know, Saka's not performed to the same level as he was last season. Arsenal fans have sat here and told me that they've told me Saka's had a shit season, but he's still got 4 assists. That's what they've said to me. He said Saka's still got assists, but he's had a shit season. And we can all admit he's not performed that good. He's had goal contributions, cool. You can rate the goal contributions. We rate that a player playing bad can still contribute. We rate that. But you said on form and performances, Kulusevski's been better. His all-round game has been better. Even when he was dropped and he came on the pitch.
He was what? What was he done? What was it? He was what?
He was dropped.
Saka don't know that, bro.
But he's competing against real footballers.
I'm sorry. The funniest thing about this here, Niger, is Arsenal fans in the transfer window kept telling me we need competition for Saka. We need to be able to drop Saka. And now you can't do that. You're trying to laugh at us because we can do that. We've got those options. We've got 4 players. You've got 3. You have to rely on those. If your Saka gets dropped, you have to bring on ESR, Fabio Vieira, players that aren't comfortable in his position. Because we got rid of Pepe. So
Fabio
again,
Vieira looks pretty comfortable for me, bro.
Marquinhos.
Not as a right winger. I'm talking about as a right winger. We're not talking about.
You got Marquinhos.
Utility. I'm not even going to go into that. A player that's unproven, come from the Brazilian league, who hasn't done nothing at all. I'm not going to even consider.
Same amount of goal contributions as Richarlison this season.
He plays in the Europa League. But okay, let's go to my guy Irish.
I'll only accept Saka if Son's in the team, just so you know.
Irish is very well spoken. He's just going to jump in and say.
So we're not, yeah.
No, I just wanted to let you Arsenal fans embarrass yourself comparing the guys to Son and look, if we're being honest, you just look at that super chat there. I mean, it's not a youth project we're running. You know, Harry Kane deserves to be around class players. He's not there to babysit Martinelli and Saka. He's there to play with players. So on that basis, one goes in one side and Kulu goes in the other side. Real men, experienced players, score goals.
Real men with no medals. That's
okay,
like.
Go ahead, Nigerian Englishman. What are you saying?
Oh, mate, look. Kulu's a baller. Let me not lie, because I'm a Juventus are my second team, so I've enjoyed watching him play, man. I'm glad he's doing well. It's just unfortunate he's doing it. I'm a Juventus guy, yeah, from Football Italia days, man. Channel 4 and that. But yeah, you done know, right? But if you look at the contribution, even though he's been off form, I mean, you got to throw Saka in there, bro. You got to. I say Kulu's a better player than him right now, personally, but you got to throw Saka in there on form, bro. No. The productivity says itself. What's Kulu's contribution this season? 1 assist, 1 goal.
1 goal, 3 assists.
1 goal, 3 assists in the Prem.
Yeah.
1 goal, 3 assists. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
He goes in. There's your answer. He goes in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know last season doesn't count, but 5 goals and 8.
But don't talk about it then. Don't talk about it.
Well, I'm just want to say it's like you never want us to enjoy the moment. Like I noticed this with Arsenal.
Which moment? It's
like when we beat you to top 4 last season, you didn't want us to.
Bro, we're talking about a combined 11. And you're talking about last season.
All you wanted to do was talk about what's going to happen in the future. Yeah, and you wanted to talk about what happened in the past, but in the present. In the real time, you never want to talk about it because in real time.
Okay, let's talk about it. Let's talk about real time. Right now, we're above you in the league.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
For how long?
Coming to the Emirates on Saturday.
For how long though, bro? Because my thing is
for at least another week.
Let's say the gloves off. Because the thing is if Tottenham have truly changed, we need to come to
win this game. Yeah.
We need to show you what time it is. I'm tired of Arsenal fans talking like they're doing something. I'm tired of them playing that high line against teams that they.
Me too. I'm tired of being able to talk to you with disrespect. I'm tired of it. Talking to you with disrespect every season. Every season we get to do it. I'm tired of it.
What do you mean?
I'm tired of it.
I think you guys segued us perfectly to the final segment. But before we do that, I just need everyone's picks. so we can just end this. Because I'm going Saka. Sam is probably going to go Saka. Kunle is probably going to go Saka.
There's no way we're going Saka Martinelli. There's
every single one of the Tottenham fans are going to go Kulusevski.
Bro,
so
like,
let's just
all four of our attackers are better than your
attackers.
attackers.
Egal, I've got another Arsenal fan here to even it up. Kennedy, who are you going with, Saka or Kulusevski?
Bukayo Saka.
So it's settled.
England player of the year ahead of Harry Kane.
England player of the year. Come on, don't disrespect the team. Don't disrespect the team.
Come on, man. Come on.
Listen, look at all their faces. They're so upset. Honestly, it is an Arsenal channel. There's going to be a little bit of Arsenal bias. You guys know.
No, it got kind of same thing. Clearly, Tottenham have better team, better players, so they should easily steamroll us 3-0 at the Emirates this weekend.
Well, Holden, that's what you've been doing as well. So you should quite clearly steamroll us.
You're talking reckless. Like you get like you guys have so much bad players, and every time I see us put a Tottenham player in, Sam, you roll your eyes like you're the Undertaker. I see you, bro. Man thinks you think we're shit.
Let me ask you guys this. Let me ask you.
Only put Jesus in there. That's what I asked for. I didn't say put second. I said put Jesus in there.
I'm saying.
But no, Jesus is not in there.
No, Sam.
Well,
Jesus is not in there.
Jesus, Martinelli and Saka
should be in there. Right.
Okay, you know what? You know what? I'm gonna ask. Who's gonna finish higher, Arsenal or Tottenham this year? Sam.
You already know what time it is.
Listen, I'm gonna go right. We're gonna win more trophies than them. We're gonna win a trophy this season, and we're gonna finish third. There.
Okay.
Second.
And where are they gonna finish? Are they gonna finish fourth?
Listen, if it depends. I don't know.
Oh, no,
wait, no. I need to go.
You're saying we're gonna finish third, but where are they finishing?
Okay, no, let me go. We'll finish second. They'll finish third. There.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so you had them second. What the hell's wrong with you?
I had Liverpool second in my head, but obviously I've changed my mind given how shit Liverpool are. So.
Interesting.
Okay. Interesting. Kunle, what do you say?
At the start of the season, I thought Spurs were going to finish fifth personally, and Chelsea would finish third. But now I'll say we'll finish above Spurs for sure. So that means we'll finish third. Spurs will finish fourth. They'll sneak in because Chelsea are doing a madness right now. So I don't know.
Yeah. I've said this numerous times already. You guys already know what I think. But I'll save that for the end. What we saying? I'll go to J4. What are you saying, bro? Tottenham, Arsenal. Who's finishing higher this season? And where do you think you're going to finish for respective to us?
To be fair, I've thought my prediction was at the start of the season we're going to finish third. I'm still pretty confident that we are going to finish third or second. It's very dependent on how good Liverpool do. Like Sam sort of mentioned, I think Liverpool are looking rubbish right now, but after the World Cup, they might come back and be the same Liverpool. So depending on how good Liverpool do, we'll finish second or third. And I expect to win a trophy.
Boom. Okay. J4? Sorry, not J4. J.
Same as J4. I thought we would finish third. I may upgrade that to second. No, because the thing is like it comes to a certain point where it's like I'm watching Liverpool and I'm like, well, we've got them at home before the World Cup. I expect us to beat them. Right? And we should have smashed them last season. We gave them life because we smashed them up at our stadium. So, with that being said, we finish above Arsenal because that's just what we do. Do you know what I mean? That's just what we do. You know what I mean? So, we can talk trophies.
What you do as well,
bro, that's what we do, bro. We finish above you. That's what we do. Yeah, that's it's been the case for the last 6 years, and it's going to remain the case. You're going to put up a hell of a fight like you did last season. Took it all the way to the last game, but what did you do?
I'm sure you're going to get a lot of silverware along the way.
See, why are you making about silverware when I'm talking about league positions? Can we focus, please? Attention. Pharmacists.
Sam, that's an uncomfortable conversation. Don't do that to them, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Who's going to finish higher, Spurs or Arsenal? Spurs are going to finish higher because we know what time it is. But you guys may just make Champions League this season. I really hope you do because, you've been working hard at it and you've really put together a nice project. And it will be really nice for some of those players to hear Champions League music, So
But Jay, when you meet us in the Europa League final, you can tell us all about your Champions League stories.
I will tell you the Champions League. I will put the music for you because you've forgotten what it sounds like. That's what I would do.
They ain't getting relegated to Europa League this year. I'll tell you that much.
Well, you're not in Europa League.
I don't know, bro. I see them meeting us in January, bro.
Guys, we gotta wrap this up very soon. But what we saying, Alan?
So I've had Spurs down at third. I think I'll keep Spurs at third because I know people are talking trash about Liverpool and that, but for me, they're like wild cards now, Chelsea and Liverpool, and how quick Chelsea get under Potter and how Liverpool bounce back if they do at all. So I will not judge on that. I will keep Spurs at third, and I had Arsenal fifth. I did upgrade to fourth, but since they've got Potter and we're not sure about Liverpool, I'm going to keep them at fifth. I think you'll just do what you did last season. I know this is me speaking this week. Like I said, you bottled it so much at the end of last season. When you get to the crunch this season, if you change my mind by getting top four or doing better, then I'll change my mind. But when you bottled it, I'm going to go back to what happened last season. You bottled it. It's as simple as that. It's true.
Alan, you've been watching Chelsea this season, and you're going to do us like that, Alan.
Yeah.
I at least said you lot will sneak into the top four. I was at least fair.
You like that?
He will always die on the sword of calling Arsenal flops. That's how he does.
Alan. No problem.
Then we got Irish Hotspur fan. Then we're gonna
top Spur.
Yeah, look, there's only one club playing rival fans' songs around the training ground. There's only one manager pulling out light bulbs to try and inspire people. For me, look, they're the ones that need the inspiration. We just rock up, get the job done, get out of there, 3 points, and move on to the next game. So for me, look, it's got to be Tottenham finishing second behind Man City. I think we're closing the gap. I think we will close the gap from the points difference last season. And look, your team, your manager showed their naivety, however you pronounce it, you know what I'm trying to say, showed it at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium last season and then backed it up with Newcastle as well away the following game. So it was absolutely glorious to see. So you do have a history, especially over the last 10 years, of kind of being there but then falling off. So for me, I would go Tottenham second. I would give you credit. I think you'll get 4. I do think you'll get 4, but for me, Tottenham are definitely finish ahead. It's not even a talking point.
No worries. J4, you gotta go, so just give us your score predictions before you go, bro. You're on mute.
It's like your team will be on Saturday, bro.
Thank you for having me on, Egal. As always, been a good stream. But for my final prediction, I'm going with a 2-1. We're going to walk away with a win. It's going to be the first win in a while at the Emirates, and it's going to be an interesting one, man. Come on, you Spurs.
Hey, shout out your barber as well. Shout out your barber still. That trim is tight. That trim is tight.
I had to leave the durag off for this one.
Durag diaries every time. I'll catch you after the game, bro. Don't go hiding. Okay. Now that we got 3-on-3, finally, we're just gonna. What the hell is going on over here? We're gonna go bottom down all the way to the top. So Irishman, take it away. Just give us your score prediction, and then I'm gonna write them down. Well, what did Jay say his score prediction was?
2-1 Tottenham.
He said 2-1. I'm not sure he said to who, to be fair. But
okay, go ahead. What are you saying, Irishman?
I expect Norman service to continue, so I'm going to go with another. Actually, I'll give you credit. I think you score one. I'm going 3-1 Tottenham.
3-1. You do realize you haven't beat us, let alone score 3 goals and beat us by a 2-goal margin at home.
Conte is here to break records and make traditions, and that's what's going to happen this weekend.
Yes. Okay, you do realize
clip that.
You do realize Tottenham have not only Tottenham, but Antonio Conte has a bad record versus Arsenal.
Hey, Egal, leave him. Don't educate him, bro. Leave him. Let him die on that sword.
Alan, what are you saying, Alan?
So this is where I'm going to be very mature and use my logical mind. No, for me, I reckon it's going to be 2-2. I just can't be full screen. I think it's going to be 2-2. There's always something that happens there that stops us winning. Even when we were under Poch and we were whooping you, you'd always find a way to come back and get stuff against us. So for me, I reckon it's going to be a 2-2 draw.
Jay, take it away.
Okay, so I think personally, I can't bet against my team ever. That just
don't sip that drink before you say it. He's gonna say something wild now.
Listen, Spurs can't. In order for us to, in terms of our evolution, we can't lose this game. Like we just can't. So I don't think we do lose this game. I'm calling on the spirit that we played against Chelsea away, when we played against Liverpool away, when we played against City away. I think we tap into that for this game. I think we beat you. I'm gonna go 2-1 Spurs. Maybe. Oh, do I want to go 3-1?
Up it, go on.
Yeah, go 3-1. Go 3-1, Jay. Go 3-1.
We'll go 2-1. We'll go 2-1.
You haven't had enough wine yet, my man.
Hold on one sec.
Let's go.
Make it 3-1. Make it 3-1.
Let's go to Kunle. People in the chat, start putting in your predictions. Shout out to the super chat here saying Tottenham have no pull. He's saying, what are Spurs fans been sniffing?
Good stuff. Next question.
Okay, moving on.
So when Arsenal fans trust the process, they're good fans. When Spurs think we can beat Arsenal, we're sniffing something.
Yeah.
At the Emirates,
Go ahead.
So I would say I can see nothing other than an Arsenal win, a comfortable one, because I think we'll take the lead. And once you take the lead against Spurs at home at the Emirates with the fans behind us, it'll go 2 goals really, really quickly. So I'm going 3-1. A goal for Saka and a goal for Jesus, definitely. So 3-1 to Arsenal.
At your ground, you do realise it's like a library at the Emirates. It's very quiet.
You've not been there. When did you last go there? Alan?
Never, bro.
When did you last go there?
I can hear it. I hear nothing.
That's all I need to know.
I can hear the
I can hear the Emirates from Lagos, bro.
Hey, let Sam go. Shh.
Listen,
you heard us at the last. You heard us the last time you came to the Emirates, bro. You heard us last time you came to the Emirates, though, didn't you, Alan?
Library.
You heard us. You heard us sliding all over the pitch, scoring left, right, and center.
One second.
You muted yourself, Egal.
Look at this guy.
What a day.
Screaming like he just met Miley Cyrus. Look at him.
I'll be honest, I thought you were going to play the clip where you're asking for Spurs fans to come outside.
What are those noises?
Can we just put up a comment in the chat? Georgie, LCFC.
All I'm gonna say is that was the best football match I've ever been to.
Can we bring out that?
3-1 Arsenal versus Tottenham. The Tottenham fans left at halftime. We were saying, where did they all go? It was fun. It was good.
Listen, the United game was about.
And I went to the Manchester United game. The Manchester United game was crazy loud. I went to the Leicester game. The Leicester game was crazy loud. The atmosphere at the Emirates has changed dramatically. For Alan to call it a library, that is extremely outdated.
That's an ancient myth, bro. From the Stone Ages. Like the last time you won a trophy. That's what it is. It's an urban legend that Emirates has no atmosphere. It's an urban legend. Going off mythology. This is mythology that you go off the Emirates has no atmosphere.
Let's also, I'm unbeaten attending the Emirates. So
are you going to the Emirates this weekend then?
No, I'm going to Liverpool.
How's you going to lose?
No, I'm here. I'm there. So I'm the good luck charm. So
Sam, give me your ticket.
Listen, I'm gonna go a little more for Liverpool, all right? Because I got us beating Liverpool 4-0 next week, but this one I'm gonna be a little nicer Tottenham fans. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a tight game. You know, they're better than they were last year, but Emirates Stadium. Listen, I don't know why you think you're gonna come here to the Emirates Stadium, bro. The creme de la creme of football stadium.
Say it with your chest, man. Come on, you're
Say it with your chest. Arsenal 2. Ben White will pocket Son. He'll pocket Harry Kane. Nil, bro.
Bro, you ain't those guys. But we ain't not scored in the Premier League game this season.
Come here and win, bro.
We want those guys to stop us scoring. You better put at least a 1 on our scoreline because you ain't
keeping. You ain't getting nothing, bro. You're coming here and getting nothing. Finito.
Who the fuck is
Okay. I'm gonna need a colander for your tears, bro. I'm gonna need.
I pray Spurs play like they have been playing this season. If so, we will.
Yeah. By the way, just to let you guys know,
counter attack, the thing that you bent over for when you played United. Yeah, bring that. Bring that highline to us. Bring that highline to us. Let us
Just
play that
to let
high
you
line,
know.
you know, with Son
Just to
marching
let
into
you
the
know.
field like it's the Grand National.
Yeah,
Come on,
especially
bro.
against Man United. I saw no Rolls Royce in defence that day
Bro,
against
that's
Man
what I'm
United.
saying, bro. They got Rolls Royces, they got
I saw
Phantoms,
Skoda, that's what I
they
saw.
got
in it.
everything. Everything but apart from
All I
fucking
gotta say
car
to
park.
that is,
Can't
this is
lose
the
car park.
Boys and girls, it's done. The conversation's over. Now we're gonna watch the game.
Look at this guy.
Never over.
Now we're gonna watch the game being played. I got
Okay.
a video with the Irishman at 9 o'clock. Guys, check us out over there. My prediction, as you guys already know, it's an Arsenal win. I'm not gonna tell you guys the score prediction yet.
Egal, come on, man.
As I'm not doing that because I'm gonna be doing a preview on Friday again.
I'm leaving now, bro.
I'm there for that preview. You best put the scoreline.
Bunny Egal, man. I'm out.
Englishman, you already know what it is, bro. You have yourself a wonderful day. We're gonna win this game 3-1, in my opinion. Honestly, that is my score prediction. Genuinely, I do believe we're gonna score 3 goals. I do believe that we're gonna concede a goal, and I believe that goal will be a consolation goal, just like last year at the end of the game, and it won't mean nothing. But hey, this Tottenham team, they have changed. They've gotten better. I still believe that Tottenham, Arsenal, who's gonna finish above who, we don't know yet. But one thing we do know, this is the best derby in the league. Saturday, 12 o'clock will be the best game in the league this weekend. And even though Manchester derby is going on, no one's going to watch that shit in comparison to ours. And finally, I bid you guys adieu.
What's going on in your kitchen?
My wife is doing a madness. She's cooking up some madness. But yeah, you guys have yourselves a wonderful day.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've got all the takeaway in this economic climate.
You know, to the Arsenal.
That's how he rubs it in for me.
Come on, you Spurs.
To the Arsenal, 2-0.
You know what I mean?
To the Arsenal, 2-0.